Okay, so this problem up next. Looking at it, you're like, oh, this is going to be a division problem. Oh, no. But if you read the question, it's asking for the values of x that are going to make this expression an undefined. Now, the one thing that you need to know about rational expressions, aka fractions, is that your denominators cannot equal to 0. Okay, because you cannot have a 0 in the denominator of a fraction. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. You divide by 0 in your calculator, it's going to give you an error, right? So in this situation, because they are asking you for the undefined value, all you have to do is look at your denominator, okay? X squared minus 25, and you need to make it equal to 0, right? Making it equal to 0 is going to tell you what values of x this cannot be. Now, the thing here is that you need to recognize that this is going to be a difference of squares problem, because you have an x squared being subtracted by a 25. And, having done math for quite a while, I know that 25 is a perfect square root. So I'm going to be applying the difference of squares so that way I can solve for the two x values because I have a power of 2. So just a friendly reminder, a squared minus b squared is going to be a plus b times a minus b. Right, so this is the difference of squares. So that means that in order for me to get the a and the b by themselves, I need to square root the a and square root the b so that way I know what a and b are. So here, in order for me to apply the difference of squares, I'm going to square root the x squared, and I'm going to square root the 25. When you square root an x squared, the square root and the power of 2 cancel out, leaving you with x. So that means a is going to be x. The square root of 25 is going to be 5. So that means that b is going to be 5. So all I have to do is get this side of the formula, plug in a for a and b for b, and I'll see that I'll get x plus 5 times x minus 5. Once again, this is still equal to 0 because I want to know what's undefined. So that means I can get the x plus 5 equal to 0, the x minus 5 equal to 0, do the opposite of the sign, and it'll tell you that x is going to be negative 5 and x is going to be plus 5. So that means that your denominator, okay, x cannot equal to negative 5 and x cannot equal to positive 5. Because if I were to put a 5 or a negative 5 in this denominator down here, then this negative 5 and this positive 5 would make my denominator equal to 0 and therefore make the value, make the expression undefined. So even though we know that it does equal to negative 5 and 5, basically this just means that the denominator or the x values cannot equal to these two specific numbers, because if they do, it is going to give me an undefined expression. So I am not looking at all real numbers. I'm looking at two specific numbers. I am not looking at 6. I am not looking at only 5. And I am not looking at no real numbers. So my answer for this one is going to be H.